please welcome Mr. Paritos Kumar from Jabra. Would like to present regarding redefining CX and AX with Jabra. Without further ado, please welcome Mr. Paritos Kumar from Jabra. Please give a big applause for Mr. Paritos Kumar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. I know, it is tough to attend a session in the afternoon, but I'll try my best to keep you more engaged and make you more attentive and share some insights about Jabra. So before starting, would like to give some insights what I'm going to cover today. As most of our industry leaders and the veterans have talked about the customer experience as well as the agent experience. So Jabra theme is also aligned towards the customer experience as well as the agent experience. And in due course of time, I will also share the insights, what Jabra thinks, how we can really help in improving the overall customer experience, and at the same time, how agent experience can really drive the customer experience. All right. So before starting, right, I hope most of you are aware about Jabra as a brand. But for those of you who don't know, I would like to give a brief perspective about Jabra. So, okay. So as you know, Jabra is one of the is in one of the leading category of providing audio and video solutions. However, if we see, Jabra has a long history. We have a long history of bringing the people closer. The company was founded by a GN group. Jabra is part of the GN group. It's a bigger umbrella, and Jabra is a brand underneath the same. The company was founded almost more than 150 years ago. It was founded by a Danish banker, Carl, and we're proud to say that we were the first organization to lay the telegraph line between China and Europe. So our core business is sound engineering. However, we ensure to make innovative solutions to bring people closer and to develop the innovative communication solutions which can really help to do business better. We have almost more than 7,000 employees worldwide with a presence in more than 100 countries. And we are proud to say that we have got a big R&D facility in 5 different continents, which ensures the innovative development. We ensure that 10% of our revenue we should invest in the R&D facilities itself. All the brands you can see on the right, these fall under the GN group. So we cater the enterprise segment, the consumer, the military grade equipments, the gaming solutions, plus the hearing equipments as well. All right. So everyone has talked about customer experience as well as the agent experience, but we would like to understand there has been a shift, dramatic shift, that how customers are changing, how agents are changing. We know that we have seen the world has gone through a dramatic shift in over 4 years. Since the pandemic hit, there has been inflation which has hit the market. There has been situation where organizations are really cutting down the cost. The consolidations are happening. And it is very important for the customers to ensure where they would like to invest the money, with which particular brands they would like to do business with, and how they can really improve the customer experience, which they really would like to focus. Okay, so when we talk about customer experience, right, we know that it is the #1 priority, or I would say the top priority that business are really adopting, right? So we have seen that over the next 5 years, people would like to give preference to the customer experience. Having a good product is important. Having the good pricing of the product is important. But having the elevated customer experience it really makes a lot of sense because it's a key factor in determining the customer lifetime brand endorsement. So if a customer is associated to a brand and if he is happy and if we are able to provide the customer experience, he will be able to give the recurring revenue to an organization. There is a survey which we conducted, right, by Deloitte, where they have found that among Fortune 500 companies, customer service is at the forefront. They would like to focus more on customer service rather than any other back-end function. And at the same time, quality of customer service interaction makes a lot of impact because this really drives the brand endorsement. And if we see or try to understand from the contact center perspective, we have seen the contact center agents' key KPI has been the CX. 86% of the contact center professionals are measured on the KPI of CX. So it is no longer a KPI, but it is a core value for the organization or the companies to adopt. So we have seen a lot of digital transformation which are happening, as most of our fellow colleagues from Avaya, NICE, and Genesys has talked about the multi-channel contact center environment or an omni-channel contact center environment. With this digital transformation which is happening has really led to the way of the multiple digital points. When I say multiple digital points, it can be voice, email, chat, social media, video, for that matter. But at the same time, we have seen the customers have becoming more and more educated. They're becoming more knowledgeable. So we have seen the complexity of the calls have increased a lot. As per the Jabra contact center survey, we have identified that 61% of the complex queries are best handled on the phone. Giving a small example, I booked a flight from India to Indonesia and I wanted to do some adjustment to my flight. I have an option to connect to an agent via chat, but since there were 3 different changes which I wanted to do, I've been speaking to the chatbots, but I was not able to do all those changes unless and until I speak to a human agent. So whenever there is a human judgment which is required, we really need to connect to an agent. Or if the problem is very complex, we really wanted to connect to the agents which can really provide the empathy, the touch point, so that the customer experience can be achieved. And if we talk about the shift, we all are millennials. We really wanted to speak to someone at the other end. So we have identified that 76% of the customer who contact customer service do over on the phone. I prefer speaking to someone rather than I'm sending an email or even chatting to someone. And this has dwelled down the fact that the voice has still been the number of one channel in due course of time. We have seen there has been a 30% increase in the voice interaction in the customer service, and which is true. Because voice is the only way where a person can connect to another person and just add that empathy piece, add this human tone, human touch point. And if we see from the contact center perspective, right, this is a typical scenario how an agent as well as the customer deals with. These are the communication barriers which we see during the call, or I would say, these are the communication frictions which an agent or a customer might face during a typical 5-minute conversation. I'm contacting a customer service advisor. I might not be able to hear him properly. At the same time, I'm able to hear a lot of background noise at his end. He is interrupting me a lot. Or at the same time, he is putting me on hold for some time and talking to someone to seek some help. At the same time, I may also encounter a loud noise in my ears. So these are all communication barriers which a typical customer and as well as the advisor communication faces during day-to-day. I will talk about how Jabra can really help in solving these challenges. Before that, I would like to also give the insights that most of the organizations have really changed the way we used to work earlier and how we are working today. We have seen a mixed working environment as I have understood from my fellow colleagues in Indonesia, that people are returning to office. At the same time, people are also working in 3 different kind of setup, whether they are 100% in office, whether they are working remotely, or whether they are working in a hybrid environment, whether they can work from any place, maybe a coffee shop, or at home, or while driving a car. So we have seen that this hybrid setup has added a new landscape, which is noise. So the image that you can see on my left, this is a typical office kind of a setup. So we identified that a typical office operates at a 65 decibel. So there is a background noise which is there in an office which is up to 65 decibel, which is doable. I mean, you can hear, you can listen, you can talk at the same time. However, if we change the same setup to a home environment, which are not exactly marked as an office, we have seen that there is an ambient noise which is added to the workplace, right? So we have seen that there are different factors, the external factors, which are added to the home environment. Giving a small example, I work from home, and whenever I used to attend calls with my boss, at the same time, if I have to be in middle of something, I have to handle multiple calls. Either I have to make my kid ready for the school while attending the calls, or at the same time, I have to ensure that I have to receive someone who is banging the door. So there are noisy neighbors as well while we are working from home. There are kitchen appliances which are working at the back end. There are kids crying or even the dogs barking. So a typical home office environment, or I would say a remote office environment, do have a noise up to 90 decibels, which of course is a not good parameter in measuring the customer experience. So that's how we really need to consider the external parameters. And it is very important for the speech clarity. When we talk about a contact center environment, right, most of the customers complain that they're not able to hear the agents properly. Even 88% of the contact center employees says customers can also not be heard properly. 58% sometimes, 30% often, 12% rarely or never. I can't hear you. Can you please repeat again? So these are the distractions which an agent or a customer may face during the day-to-day conversation. And not hearing the customer details also impacts the customer experience. Any customer do not want to repeat their problems again. And having the customer repeat the same problem again increase the average handling time, which is a huge cost to an overall contact center environment. And that's how we delve into the agent piece, which is the agent experience. So we know that the agents are the communication professionals which listen and talk to the customers day in, day out. They are the trusted advisors for your brand. They represent your brand, and they wanted to ensure that they should provide the best experience to the customer. And these agents are really measured on this particular KPI, which is CX, which I talked about. 86% are really measured on this CX KPI. The complex calls, where we require a human brain or a human judgment, requires an agent to assist. A simpler call can be assisted by the self-service channels like IVR or chatbots, but when it requires some complexity, we really need an agent to solve this. And we have seen the AHT nowadays for the complex call is going up to 9.5 minutes per call, which is a huge cost for an organization. Similarly, the call volumes are also increasing because of the complexity of the calls, because of the limitations for the agents to solve that query during the first call itself. So first call resolution is the most important criteria for the agents to meet, and also one of the most important KPIs for them. And if you see from the agent perspective, these agents are facing a lot of difficulties while working in the remote environment, and these are the different challenges which they face into the day-to-day life. Customers connect to the agents when they have complex issues. They are frustrated on the IVR, waiting on the IVR for more than 5 minutes, and they want someone to be more empathetic, more resourceful, more nimble, and who can really understand and empathize their problem and solve their issues in the due course of time. Contact center agents are really measures on different KPIs, as I mentioned. First call resolution, customer satisfaction, as well as the AHT. And these KPIs really ensures the contact center performance as well. So they are working under a lot of pressure. They are working for long durations, continuously being on the calls, speaking to the different customers for 8 hours is a tough job. It is a very difficult job. I have worked in a contact center environment, and I know how actually it happens when you are landed on the floor. They are working in an environment which is noisy. It's like a fish market. If you have ever been to a domestic call center, you will see that you have to ensure that you have to assist the customer at the same time. You have to deal with the external environmental problems that they face, which is the background noise. And we know that contact center is always considered as a cost center. Companies really consider a contact center to be a cost effort, and that's how they do not focus more on the agent side of the things. So it is very important to enable the agents who face these kind of challenges during the day-to-day conversation. What agent wants, as we know that, they want more flexibility, they want more autonomy, they want to work from anywhere, they want the better tools and the technologies which can enable them, which can make their job easier. Now imagine a situation if a device, if a headset can really help the agent job in giving the proactive notification for the external environment. Isn't it easy for the agents to do their job? They want more training. I know it is very important that the agents cannot be provided with a higher pay or a career path, because contact center is always considered to be a cost center, and it will take some time to consider it as a revenue generation. So it is very important for us to emphasize on the agent experience. And if we see from the overall contact center perspective, so this is the contact center investment funnel looks like. So most of the organization deploy the different application to provide the best customer experience. We do have the analytics in place. We do have call recording. We do have best telephony infrastructure. We do have the gamification application as well. We also do have the professional services incorporated into the overall contact center environment. We do provide the multi-experience platform for a contact center, but if we see from the investment funnel perspective, we are missing on the agent experience. All this investment boils down to the conversation which agent is having. So agent really needs to have the right tools in order to perform the best job. If we are investing 1.5 million in this contact center funnel, and if we are giving a $19 headset, which is not able to provide the crystal clear communication, or even not able to give the insights to an agent or make the agent job easy, all this investment goes in vain. So we really want the agents to be empowered. We really want the agents to be encouraged and use the right tools so that they can drive the customer experience. And that's how, we wanted to convey the same message that we really need to invest on the agent experience to drive the customer experience. Salesforce did one survey where they have identified that 68% of the customers expect brands to demonstrate empathy, but just 37% receive it. It means that everybody is focusing towards CX, but it is very difficult to implement the same. The people are not able to get the same empathy, what they are expecting to do the investment in. That's how we see that there is a missing link in the human equation. So if we are able to engage the agents, if we are able to empower the agents with the right tools, which they can use in order to do their jobs better, we would be able to drive the CX by the agent experience. We have seen that there has been a lot of agent churn which is happening in the contact center environment, and we can reduce the same if we are able to ensure the agent demands, the agent ask. So 8.5 times agents are more likely to stay with an organization which gets the proper tool to do its job. And you know, the agent cost is a very high cost. It requires a lot of training. It requires a lot of enablement for an agent to make him ready for a particular process. At the same time, we have seen the agents who are more likely to stay with an organization, they act as a promoter. They act as a promoter, they act as a brand advisor for your organization, and they feel extremely empowered to solve the complex queries. So this indirectly generates the revenue for an organization itself. And that's how I would like to ensure that how the Jabra is geared towards driving the best customer experience as well as the agent experience, and we call it as a total experience. So just diving into the same, how Jabra portfolio, contact center portfolio is designed to ensure we are able to provide the agent productivity and we are able to provide the happy customers.
I got a question for you. How can you make a great thing even better? At Jabra, that's what we asked our engineering gurus. So they took our award-winning professional headset series and decided to change it up. Starting with changing the microphones, doubling up, tuning them up, and tinkering with the software algorithms to extract your voice more crisply from the background babble. Then we totally changed the ear cups with this funky new maze pattern that distributes pressure. Cool. Well, yeah, actually, it does reduce your ear temperature too. And then we thought, what if this headset could actually coach you? Really? Yeah, it actually does, keeping agents on tip-top performance whilst on a call. So when you think about it, Engage is totally changed up, which means you're free to change up the way you service your customers. Go for it. Become the change agent for anywhere agents, perfectly positioned agents, free roam agents, and even the relaxed we got this covered agents. Engage. We changed it up so you can change it up. Jabra, world leaders in professional audio. Technology for life's new rhythm.
So by this small video, I would like to highlight that Jabra is bringing the conversation to the next level by using these intelligent headsets into an organization. These are not just only the headsets or the dumb devices. These are the intelligent tools which can make the customer's jobs to perform better. Engage series of lineup do provide the AI capabilities which can really give an insights of an external environment of an agent. It also has the AI chip sensor into the ear cups which act as an IoT sensor to capture the insights of the external environment and give these insights to an agent to do its job better. It comes with the free Engage Plus software, which can really give the proactive notification to the agents in the real time that if the agent is working in a very high noise environment or if he is interrupting the customer, which is again a bad, I would say, an experience for a customer, or if he is putting a call on hold for a longer duration. If the agent is also putting the call on mute for a longer duration, all these insights are captured by these devices and provided to an agent to take a necessary action in the real time. I talked about the noise as an ambient parameter, right, which has been added into the new landscape of hybrid working. Jabra headsets are able to provide the best-in-class noise cancellation capabilities, which can cut down the noise up to 36 decibel. So the noise algorithms which are working behind the scene can really make an environment like a quiet library. If I'm working, if I'm taking a call in the coffee shop and if there is a lot of background noise, the two microphones which are on the side of my boom arm will capture that ambient noise and it filters out the same noise, and the audio at the other end would be heard that I'm working and sitting in the quiet library. How about this headset is able to ensure or alert an agent if he is missing a call? Drop call rates are never being appreciated in a contact center environment. If an agent is away from the desk, the headset has the capability of smart ringer. It will ring and it will alert the agent that you have a call on the desk. He can simply take the call. At the same time, we do provide the call control integration with all the UC as well as the CC players so that the agent can simply maneuver the call directly from the headset, which really helps in the agent productivity as well as improving the overall average handling time. At the same time, the pressure relieving design of these headsets, these are lightweight headsets, 45 grams. 45 grams. So that's very, very light. Okay. I think I'm overshooting the time. All right. So I'll take a few minutes. So Engage Plus, which is the free software which comes along with these devices, right, which provides the real-time insights. And these are the pop-up notifications which agent may get while he is taking the call. Live boom arm guidance. If the microphone is not placed properly, the agent will be notified that you need to properly align your boom arm. If I being an agent, I'm interrupting a customer, I can simply get a notification that you're interrupting a lot. If I'm working in a highly noisy environment, and if the noise reach a particular threshold, at the same time, I will be getting a notification that I need to change my location or I need to adjust my working environment. The light can turn from green to amber to red if I am working in a very highly noisy environment. And all this information is available from these intelligent devices which the agents are using. These are the different, I would say, parameters which an agent may use in order to qualify the best-in-class audio quality. These are the notifications which the agent may get regarding the background noise, regarding the microphone placement, or if the agent is putting a call on mute without asking the customer. It also determines the conversation flow during the call, after the call, and even before the call as well. It also ensures if all the devices are connected in place while the agents are having the call with the customer. And in the beginning, we have seen all the communication barriers that what agent may face while having a conversation with the customer. And this is how Jabra is able to identify and mitigate those communication barriers by providing the real-time insights to an agent, by providing the guidance, the real-time guidance to an agent to ensure the agent can do its job better, effectively, and productively. I would like to highlight one last example, or I would say the testimony that we did with our friends with NICE. So as we know that most of the organizations are using AI, at the same time, the analytics is being used in most of the organization where the speech transcription is very much required in driving the insights out of this. So NICE has used our devices and checked in the 3 different environments, quite noisy and very noisy environment, and they have identified the speech transcription accuracy by Jabra is close to 99%, which is less than 1% of word error accuracy rate, which is great. And if we compare the same with the generic headset or the consumer headsets, which are next to none. So this testimony really gives us the validation that it is very important for an organization to use the professional certified headsets to give the best-in-class audio quality, as well as the agents the real-time guidance as well for the overall communication. And most of the greatest banks and some of the customers who are already using our devices, they have provided the testimony that how Jabra headsets are able to provide the best-in-class audio quality, improved voice recognition, and the sentiment analysis. And these are the few names we are proud to share. We have developed few case studies who are already using these devices into their environment. And that's how I would like to conclude my presentation. Hopefully, in short, I am able to present a picture that why it is important to use the right device for the agents, which can really provide the insights for them to do their jobs better, and how AI plays a very important role with these devices and make them the intelligent device, and how we can really focus on the agent investment to do their jobs better. So in the end, I would like to ask one question with the audience, and whosoever will give the answer is entitled for a prize from Jabra. And the question, of course, is lying from the presentation itself. Which is the most important software which is available with Engage 50 and Engage 40 Mark II series of Jabra? Which is the software which comes free of cost and which provides the analytical insights for the agents? Any guesses?
Mari Bapak Ibu. Mari
No.
Bapak Ibu yang bisa menjawab bisa dapat satu headset Jabra Engage 50 ya Mbak ya.
Engage 40. Jadi mungkin saya translate sebentar pertanyaan dari Paritos. Jadi feature apa yang sangat unik dari produk Jabra Engage 40 dan Engage 50 Mark II?
Okay. The feature, the name is Boom Arm. Is it right? Boom Arm.
No.
No.
It's not that hard. I mean, the answer also lies in the name.
Nama softwarenya sebenarnya ada di bagian nama produk itu sendiri. Ibu yang abu-abu. Ibu yang abu-abu. Oke, silahkan Ibu.
Ya, terima kasih. Saya Yani dari Bank Mega Syariah. Engage Soft.
Ya, namanya apa Ibu?
Engage Soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Hampir benar, not yet. Ada lagi yang mau mencoba?
There's one more hand, Leela. I mean, if you can ask. Otherwise, I will.
Ya. Oke, one more and then let's see.
Jabra Engage Plus.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. So the Engage Plus software is the free software which comes along with Engage 40 and 50 Mark II, which basically gives all these insights for an agents. If you can come and collect.
Okay, so give it applause for
Thank you. Thank you.
Pak Immanuel.
Just Ryan, you. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for your time.